following video may contain content not suitable for all viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Well, folks, it has finally come down to this. I am reviewing a game from the bottom of the video game reviewing barrel. Tonight I'm reviewing a game from, of all companies, Wisdom Tree. Those two little words have struck fear and complete and total nausea into the hearts and stomachs of many. And tonight I'm going to probably have the exact same effect as I attempt to review Joshua and the Battle of Jericho for the NES. Or as the broken English at the bottom of the box says, for play on Nintendo. Gee, that sounds almost like something that would be on a bad Japanese game. Wisdom Tree is a U.S. company, right? Anyway, in this game, you play as Joshua, and you claim the land God promised you and your people. And how exactly do you reclaim your land, you might ask? Well, you do what any good Christian would do. You kill everything that stands in your way and destroy those who don't have the same beliefs as you. Oh boy. The hate mail is going to come. I can feel it. And your methods with which you dispatch your enemies are rather varied. Everything from blowing them up Muslim style, I'm smelling more hate mail coming, to dropping rocks on them, which I will get to a little more in a minute, or blasting them with music, just like another shit-tastic game I reviewed a year ago. You're shooting records. They actually had to rip off of Aerosmith's game Revolution X and essentially go with the whole music is the weapon style of gameplay. Ugh, that left a nasty taste in my fucking mouth. Anyway, I'm still actually feeling it. Anyway, the object of each board is rather simple. Collect 5 Bible questions hidden in the level. Collect enough of God's objects, which is the name this game gives to all the silver and gold in this game. Find an exit and move on. Between each board, you have to answer the Bible questions you found for a chance at an extra life. I don't know why you'd want an extra life in this horrible thing, but be that as it may, you have the opportunity. Now that I've summed up the game itself, let's look at the numerous problems which plague this game. First off, when you boot it up, this is the first thing which you see. Yep, you get a loading screen. This is a fucking NES game with a loading screen. I don't know how else to really put this. This is absolute bullshit, alright? Perhaps maybe if the game had, I don't know, some good graphics or some decent sound, perhaps maybe I could understand having a loading screen. But this game has none of that. There's no need for this to be on my monitor. This is bullshit. Ugh. Sound is another issue that really has to be discussed. I want you guys to listen to the game for just a minute. Notice anything missing? If you notice the absolute lack of music, good job. Unless you hit a power-up, there is no sound outside of the various sound effects, and even they kind of suck. Sure, yeah, you get to hear some really shitty music whenever you hit a power-up, but since these power-ups come few and far between, you are only left with the sound effects and the sound of your brain slowly rotting away as you play this horrendous game. But the game does have some pretty decent voice work, so I guess that's kind of a plus.
Good job, Joshua.
Granted, honestly, that is all that you hear in this game, but it is better than this. I mean, this game, fuck you, bitch. Damn, I am really sneaking in the flashbacks tonight, huh? Let's move on. Now, let's talk about these rocks. These have to be some of the most irritating things I've ever had to fight off in a fucking game. I can understand having a few rocks here or there because God knows that the Middle East is full of fucking rocks. to having areas like this, where you have to chip away at this entire mountain of rocks in the off chance that a Bible question or a piece of gold or silver is buried amongst all of this shit, is a little bit tedious. And since the rocks can kill you if they fall on you, it makes destroying them a little bit more annoying. And now for the Bible questions. Since I have no serious interest in ever reading a Bible, I find these questions a little bit unnecessary. Wouldn't just putting up some scripture and maybe a cute little biblical image be, good enough? Wouldn't that be educational enough? No, I guess not. Now, sure, yeah, you do get a picture like this every so often, but you still have to answer these mindless fucking questions. Seriously, guys, unless you absolutely give a shit about Joseph or his conquest of Jericho, these questions are going to bore you. But then again, if you didn't give a shit about Joseph or the Battle of Jericho, you wouldn't have bought an NES game called Joseph and the Battle of Jericho. So I guess that you kind of fucked right from there. Now, guys, just as a little note, every single time that you see one of these questions ring up as correct, I was just guessing. Honestly, though, this game really isn't too bad. I guess I'm being just a little bit hard on it. It actually can be fun at times, but those times are so few and far between that you're really not going to want to play it too much. In fact, I would have to say that Joshua is probably the best Wisdom Tree game I have ever played, but that really isn't saying much. I mean, I want you guys to think about this for just a minute. This game is better than Bible Adventures, Sunday Funday, Super Noah's Ark 3D, and all of the other horrendous, retarded, and completely shitty Wisdom Tree games. In fact, I've actually created a little bit of a fucking, SAT equation to better explain this point. Yes, and for those of you who don't know what this says, let me kind of translate it. Joshua is to Wisdom Tree as Biodome is to Pauly Shore. I really don't think I could have explained it any better. And the sad part is, I really enjoy Biodome. This game, it just isn't worth playing, guys. I mean, okay, the game attempts to be a mixture of Dig Dug and Bomberman, and it fails on both counts. In fact, I'm going to go play some Dig Dug right now. So I am out of here. Muttley, dude, finish it for me, would you? Thank you.